The ghoul is off to Colorado. Lucy and Maximus are reunited, and we've got some big battles and big villains set up for season 3. We're discussing everything from the finale of Fallout season 2 on a brand new episode of Unbinged starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, podcast where we break down these shows, movies, and news you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown. I've got Jagger and Matt Kopfhamer with me. We're going to discuss everything from this finale, but first, let's get the spoiler warning.
This is your one warning that we're about to spoil Fallout, maybe even the games. Also, we like to laugh, so if that's a problem for you, get out.
No laughing, no fun, only Fallout. There is only Fallout. Cough. The fallout from this finale, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of loose ends, cliffhangers. I'd say the biggest one, and the character I think we're all rooting for the most right here, is the ghoul. He's on his way to seemingly Colorado, as we see at the end. Take your family to the Rockies. We see that during the end credits there. We see the mountains in front of him. It is assumed his family might be there. What do you think he is set up to find in Colorado?
I think this is going to be a Mario Brothers situation where Toad pops up and goes,
find
"Sorry,
Yoshi."
The princess is in a different castle." No, I'm just kidding. It's very much when he opened the cryopod and it was empty. I was like, "Oh, that sucks." Like he has to go to a whole different state now. Obviously, it seems like the Enclave may have Janie and or Barb in their facility, apparently in the Rockies. So hopefully we see that confrontation. Whether or not his family's still alive, I don't know. Because one thing that I never quite understood was how Janie ended up with Barb. Because we saw in the beginning of season 1 when it shows the flashback of Cooper with Janie at the birthday party when the bombs drop. How does she go from being with him to being with Barb in the Rockies? So that's where I'm most intrigued of finding out that backstory and seeing more of that.
That's an email for me because there's just so much stuff that needs to I need to know that for sure, but
I want a flashback.
Actually, I can't complain. Every flashback episode has been great. So if you want to give me a whole episode, I don't know why I'm complaining. They all fucking slap. So, Cough, it's your birthday. I'm not even gonna.
Happy birthday!
Yay!
Yeah, I would say that would be a good episode. It's one not only, I mean, right, we needed the resolution between him and Barb, right? How that relationship was even going, and I'm glad we got that. If not, we'd be saying plot hole. This doesn't make sense. And now we're kind of doing the same thing, not saying plot hole, but we're wondering, how did the daughter get with the wife? Why, when she was with him, when the bombs dropped, and what was the relationship there? If he got arrested by the Enclave, how is he back out doing birthday parties? And where are we at with all that? And I think we're going to get that in season 3. Season 3 feels like it's doing a lot of setup. Or excuse me, season 2 felt like it did a lot of setup for season 3, where we are going to get major rising action in this, where we're going to see bigger battles, bigger villains, deep state stuff, as you've talked about, Cough. Jag, with this, did you feel like you finished off this season being, I would say, satisfied with this ending? Or did you feel like you needed more?
I think it's the perfect blend of I want more, but I also got questions. This season had some of the best plot twists ever. I mean, we do this a lot. We're good at guessing. This last episode, I was like, what? For Stephanie being Hank McLean's wife, for real, is wow. It makes it understand how he was able to torch his other wife so fucking easily.
Especially when he had that little flash. I was like, "Oh, Stephanie!"
Yeah.
Hank McLean was slinging it, man.
What's his nuts? He's got the most goof ass, stupid fucking face on the planet. To be fair, he was a mark. Steph wasn't into him. He was
That's
a mark.
OG Paul Atreides. You put some respect on him.
I stand by it. Stand by it. But I like the setup for where we have a war. This I hate that I was referencing it. This Game of Thrones level. We're gonna have multiple wars on multiple fronts.
Dollar in the jar.
Yeah, because we have mutants that we got that reveal coming up here, the super mutants. Apparently they have a whole fucking army. You can't see us. They're plotting some shit. We got old Macaulay Culkin about to bring in an entire legion, literally.
He's good at battle strategy. We know this from all of the sacred texts.
100%, dude. Like, if you let him get prep time in New Vegas, it's game over.
Can we get that episode, please, where they're all just set up in one of the hotels and there's just paint cans flying down and hitting the NCR?
The
please give me that. Yeah, I love this, man. Like, Kopf, go.
Sorry, I just want to talk about Jag. You said twist. I thought that was a really cool twist. The reveal that Kaiser was like, it ends with me. And then Macaulay Culkin's like, sorry, Palpatine, I'm going to keep going.
Well, it comes to the point where you realize that you're obviously they're following a tyrant, but they think that they're at least following a tyrant that, like, oh, he loves me. And then when you, and he quickly realized and made a decision, a business decision, real fucking fast. And I can't blame him. What are you going to do? What would happen if it just ends with us? You got a bunch of meatheads that are going to, really all it would do was just cause a kill fest of someone else trying to take over. So
this is Operation Cinder from Star Wars. This is when Palpatine goes out. He's like, I don't want anyone to follow me. I want it to end with me. It's a very, like, we see it a lot of times with despots where it's just like they become so selfish that they can't even imagine a world without them leading. So to them, when I die, the world ends. And so that's what we saw here. So good on Macaulay Culkin for, like you said, making a business decision and be like, no. We're going to keep going under my leadership.
Robert House is another one where I don't think we're done with that at all.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. Like he's going to be...
We get the flicker. We get the flicker on the computer. So he's definitely going to stay in the background for a little bit.
Because I thought Coop was dumb to leave him behind. I was like, this dude is a wealth of fucking knowledge. Like, you could still use him. Yeah. Like, him doing the whole badass, like, I don't need you no more. And, like, throws him down and does a walk-off. I'm like, all right, very gangster ore farming, but that was useful.
But how useful is Robert House outside of Vegas? Like, that's where it really comes down to.
This motherfucker
we don't know.
Put himself everywhere. Like, I believe, literally, I'd be like, all right, dude, where I need to plug you up. You got him on the Pit Boy. Just, like, plug that homie up, and I'm sure he can figure it out.
It's like the dopest Siri ever.
Yes. Like, I mean... Shout out to Lucy. I will say Lucy and Maximus is dumbass. They need it a lot more than Coop did. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm glad you mentioned that, Jag, about not seeing the last of Robert House, because I don't think, and I think that because of the way he is set up now, being out of his casino, out of his vault, there's a lot of different places he could show up. Like, we genuinely do not know. But something Robert House did to kind of, I guess, like stir this drink is say that there are much more dangerous people than me. And that's where we sort of get this, I don't want to say introduction, but we get this kind of look into potentially what the Enclave could be. And that's the whole thing with Coop. Like, Coop realizing, okay, I gave this, Coop gave, what was the energy thing? I always forget the name of it.
The cold fusion diode.
Yeah, giving the cold fusion to the president essentially enabled the Enclave to be what they are today. And there's so many things to unpack there, because Coop is essentially broken. Like, he is not the same guy that he was, that we see in all these flashbacks, where he was continuously trying to do the right thing, trying to be the hero. And I think much like we talked about with even just Kaiser, with Macaulay Culkin's character for a second, a lot of these characters realize you can't always just do the right thing. You can't always just be the hero. Sometimes you just have to take what is supposed to be yours and do what needs to be done.
Yep. That is something that Maximus is good at, because he just doesn't really think that far. So like he just kind of be doing, but like Lucy, I feel like, has to continue to learn that lesson. Like, with her dad, like, that shit pissed me off. I'm like, look at what your fucking dad's doing. You didn't even check his pockets. And thank God she's written to where that's not bad writing. I think she's just genuinely that innocent, and she thinks she's got the jump on him. But you should have killed him much faster. I don't like, and I know it's your dad. I'm asking her to do a very hard thing, and I'm complaining about it. I'm like, why can't you shoot your dad, Lucy? Fucking, soft ass vault dweller, But
let us know in the comments if you would shoot your dad. Don't do that.
Yeah, it'll get flagged. Don't say unalive your dad.
Don't. You know what?
Oh God,
don't shoot
do
anyone. How about that? Dad's included.
Oh,
Unless he's a bad guy.
Nope.
Lucy's not a bad guy. What are
Actually,
you talking
perfect.
about?
No,
Oh,
perfect.
unless
This is a great segue. This is a great segue. You talk about like what you would do to stop a bad guy, right? Like I'm sitting here watching this finale with you're thanks. You're Dwayne Wade, I'll be LeBron. I'll just Jack's just there, open arms. I'm watching this last episode with my wife, and she does a thing that like every wife does. If that was me, would you turn me in? Would you leave me? Would you stop me? And I'm just like, bitch, I might. Like, I don't. You're killing billions, and you've been lying to me about it. I don't know that I can trust you ever again. So, I gotta ask: if you're in Coop's situation with your wife, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm no. I'm on her side.
Jag just did the baby Thanos.
Choking up.
You know those vows for better or for worse. You said the words, now back it up. So you better
Okay,
support
we
your
said
wife, even if
worse,
she's a
not
genocidal
worse.
maniac.
Like
Not
we
worstest.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a line, bro. Like
I'm
genocide
sorry.
is a line.
I'm a ride or die. If my wife gets into some shit, I'm right there with her. I'm supporting her every way, every
Ladies,
step of the way.
let us know in the comments.
Steph should have been with you instead of fucking Chet, man. Like you'd have been down. You'd
Oh,
be like, "Here, let me
Koff
kiss
would be
that eye."
Oh, I
Such-
would have been happy. I would have been happy as Chet. He didn't know
Koff
what he
is
had.
such a good match for Steph.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes.
It's like we're gonna turn them all into ferrets. Hell yeah, baby. Come here. Bring
Let's
that
do
eye
it.
over here.
Bring me that Tommy mommy.
Yep. Tell me what to do, baby.
It's for me, I will say I would act like Coop would. I would totally try to. I'm big on not directly going up to if your wife is scary. If you think your wife is scary, I'm not going to say, "Hey, I know everything. Here's your entire plan." Otherwise, you're going to end up like our
pulling a Ned
homeboy. He
Stark.
tried to do who did the same thing to Stephanie, where your glass is in a garbage disposal. You don't want to end up like that. But Coop doing the espionage thing, I totally would, because it's like, why would you go through your spouse's phone? Like, you don't want to know ultimately, but you need to know type thing. And he basically went through his wife's phone, but her pit boy and her entire business. And he found out. And then after he found out that she was doing the same thing for her own company and at least trying to do the best of what she has, I wouldn't like kill her then, because she's not benevolent, but I don't think that her hands are tied. Let's put it that way.
She was letting the ends justify the means, and he couldn't quite handle that truth. So by the end of it, they came together and were like, okay, we're gonna work together. But it took him time. I don't know, if I was in Coop's position, I'd be like, great, my wife's a monster. Well, what choice do I have? I'm gonna see how I can help.
Well, it explains why they weren't together and why they said the alimony, because they were probably keeping up an act. Like he went to jail, and he's like, we need to play this good so you don't get in trouble. You know, like, we're divorced, you don't know me, blah, blah, blah. And that's why he's doing the rope shit, because no studio is going to give him a movie job anymore. I feel like that was implied through the writing without having it directly stated to us.
It's the doorman clause from Wonder Man.
Yeah, there you go. They even mention it. One of the fathers was like, "Oh, he's a pinko or a commie or whatever." So yeah, he gets blacklisted from Hollywood because he gets arrested as an anti-American communist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what this show did really well was it really tried to break the bands of trust with characters and what would it take to break these characters and turn them into something they're not. And I think that we kind of, as viewers, keep getting told it's the wasteland that changes you, when really it's still the same thing from way before the wasteland. It's people that break you. It's losing love, it's losing trust, it's all those things. Like, that's what changed Coop into what he has become, like, where he's barely human but still clinging on to this hope that he can be human, that he can be a father, he can be a husband, he can do all these things even after all trust has been broken over and over and over. That leads us to the Enclave. And I'm going to talk about the Enclave, but before we do, Give this video a quick like if you've enjoyed any moment of it. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on this finale. If you liked Fallout, something maybe you think that we missed or something you agree with here. Also, we got a bunch of great content coming up for you guys. Paradise Season 2 is going to be on Hulu. That's February 23rd. We got episodes 1 through 3 debut. We are going to be covering that. Thursday nights, we have The Pit. Sunday nights, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And then every Tuesday, we're going to be giving you guys our top headlines in entertainment news and breaking down everything going on that you need to know about. Now, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, take a sec, leave a 5-star review. There, I'm done. I did the thing. Let's go back to the Enclave. Kopf, can you break down a quick summary of what the Enclave is for people who, yes, they've been watching, but they're maybe like, I still don't get it. What is this?
So have you ever had like a crazy or racist uncle that like goes off on Thanksgiving about shadowy lizard people that secretly control the government? That's the Enclave. The Enclave is basically a super deep state like collection of politicians, military minds, whatever, that are secretly pulling the strings along the world. And in the world of Fallout, they are the ones responsible for like the death claws. They're technically responsible for the vaults and vault tech, and a lot of the experiments. Basically, they are the most evil faction of them all. So like every faction has their like kind of sticking points of what makes them bad, like Kaiser being like, you know, slave owners and racist, but the Enclave is like super fascist.
Cheg's like, we've seen that before.
I mean, there's more. Just America, baby.
Pick a new thing.
The biggest thing besides the Great War and like trying to fight communist China and ending the world by dropping the bombs, the biggest thing that the Enclave has done since then is the FEV, which we see Norm discover, talking about the forced evolutionary virus, creating the super mutants. So that is what the Enclave is responsible for. We're still not quite sure what the whole end point or end game of the Enclave is, but it just seems to be shadowy paramilitary government organization that wants to control everything for some reason.
Would you say that maybe a modern world or quote real life comparison would be like an Illuminati type deal?
Yeah, exactly. Any of those top secret organizations that you hear people whisper about is basically the Enclave.
What if your uncle was right? No, that's the Enclave.
You never know. You never know nowadays. He did mention how the world was controlled by
that's just like overly chatty.
Yep. And yeah, he's like an evil cabal of child molesters and pedophiles control the world. And look at, turned out he was right there.
So with the Enclave, we have people that we've been around all along that we find out are connected. We kind of knew for a minute that Barb was connected, but now we've also got really damning evidence that Hank is basically just a shill for the Enclave, or proper term would be an acolyte for the Enclave. But that Steph, sexy Nick Fury, is also connected to the Enclave.
But she's
or is she trying to make that? Is she trying to make that connection now? Because
yes, so she had heard of the Enclave through Hank, but I don't think she was ever officially a part of it, or I don't even know if she actually believed in them until she made that final call, being like, start phase 2. So I think this is just her being like, I fucked up and I need some help, and this is a flare gun that she shot into there and hoping.
That's wild though, because then like, what was the plan B if the Enclave never really existed? The whole time she's been like, get me that box from Hank's office, and
I think she knows that
it's a Hail Mary,
right? And Hank knows that it existed, because like to me that was another good plot twist, because you think the whole time that Hank is working for Robert House, and then it's the Enclave, so she's got to know something. Yeah.
But there's also the caveat that he knew it existed 200 years ago. He doesn't have confirmation the Enclave still exists, and so neither does she.
You would think he's been communicating with them, no? Why does he have that super cool black Pip-Boy?
Think about it. He sent that signal or the message out saying like, I'm going to continue the work that you started. And again, we think it's to Robert House, but it's actually to the Enclave. We never see him receive a message back. So again, we don't have confirmation that the characters know the Enclave still exists. They're just assuming it still does. So I wonder if she is again just throwing up a Hail Mary, hoping for the best, and she may not even know what phase 2 is.
By the way, is that where Homie was, the scientist with the with dog meat back in season 1, where he escaped from?
Yep.
All right. So we've seen the Enclave before.
Facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And that makes sense that he would. That's why he rolled up on Homie. It's just like, hey, we know everything. I need you to fucking reel it in. We will kill the shit out of you.
We kill the shit out of you. So the thing that we see with Steph here is that she does reach out to the Enclave and she requests that phase 2 be initiated. And I think that we can assume that that is the FEV. I wrote it, man. I keep losing my notes,
Forced
but FEV.
evolutionary
Thank you.
virus.
Forced evolutionary virus with vaults 32 and 33. And that would be the experimentation with them. I would assume the best way for them to do that is through the water. If there's a water shortage right now, and just like put everything you need into the water, and this is going to turn them into ghouls or super mutants or both.
That's my assumption, is that either they're going to come by with a fixed or new water chip, and then that's going to be the catalyst to introduce the virus into the water supply.
What is their end game with it? Like,
Thank you. I'm going to sound so stupid. Why?
do you
Why does anybody do an experiment? They're just trying to see what happens. I don't understand the Enclave's endgame other than world domination and power. But again, why?
Who are they
I don't
wanting to
understand the point
dominate?
of super
Like, if you want a
mutants.
lizard, just
I
go
know.
get
You did
a
it.
fucking iguana. Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's again, we're going off a video game series, so sometimes the motivation is simply they're evil. That's sometimes the simplicity of it.
Fair. I'm just like, man, you guys could have had a Komodo dragon sanctuary or something, like there was several options you could have went before. Let's turn everyone into fucking death claws. Like, they can't even communicate at that point. Who are you ruling? This like and I mean the 80s or 90s when that movie came out, the Super Mario Brothers with fucking Bob Hoskins and like the Koopas there. It's like, is that what you want?
Everybody gets a lizard head.
Yeah. I love that with this show, Jag and I basically become 7-year-olds. We're like, why? Why? Next thing, why?
And I'm just sitting here like, just watch and accept it. Just shut up.
Kopf has to game-splain to us. It's great.
No, she's Canadian. It's fine.
Actually, fuck you, Kopf. We were right, because like everyone was just like that. Like they're like, look, she's 200 years old. They responded exactly the way that she are. Like, she's Canadian, and they're like, ew, gasps.
Dude, it was so great. It was so great. 200 years old. Crickets. Canadian.
Oh no! I knew you guys would feel so vindicated at that moment.
Yes. For real, dog. When I saw that, I was like straight up Leo pointing. I was just like, fuck yeah, you goddamn forwarder. Like, I got xenophobic immediately. I was like,
I will say, we love all of you Canadians. We do. We do.
We need
but
to
if you're lying
build
to
that
me,
wall.
I've been to Canada numerous times. It's lovely. Canadians are great. I really want to go back.
Your money is crazy though. Like, what
love your syrup.
The money's crazy. Not gonna lie.
Fucking loonies.
Heated rivalry, am I right?
Okay. Go Leafs. All right. The Enclave, Kopf, what are we expecting to find there? Like, is there really any chance that Barb and Janie are still alive? Like, wouldn't they be super old? I mean, I guess depending on, because we assume they didn't go into cryo freeze.
Well, we don't know, because we saw that scientist dude with the flashback from 200 years ago warning Barb, like, be careful, and then he's the one that brought the cold fusion to Lucy. So who knows what kind of like anti-aging technology they might cook up. I honestly don't think that. Yeah, right. I don't expect Barb and Janie to be there. Either they've moved locations again or they died a while ago and he's on a wild goose chase. I don't know if he gets a happy ending. I don't think the ghoul gets his happy ending.
I think we should have a middling ending where Barb is dead, Janie is his age, like 40 or something. Like, that'd be kind of good. No.
That'd be interesting. And she's running. She could be running the Enclave.
But it's interesting though, because it's been 200 years. Right? So it's like there was a lot of things that would have to kind of connect right. It's that they did do the cryo sleep. They came out of it. They went to the Enclave. Barbara died. Janie is alive. And now she's essentially the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. running the Enclave.
a good old.
That would be
for that.
That would be a really
be down
gangster
for that.
like way to do this.
Yeah.
I actually
Or-
love this because I was looking and like, sorry, Jack, go. I'll say my thing.
Mine's not a joke. Mine's a joke. Just like continue.
Oh, I'll laugh. I swear.
No, well, I was gonna say it's just it's a Sharon Carter situation, you know. That's like what if he finds her, you know, and he pulls like the Steve Rogers thing, and like it's his daughter the whole time. If I was him, I would be suspicious of every black woman, and I don't mean that like in a racist manner. Yeah, you're like, are you
Jack?
my
Do the
wife?
thing.
Can
you say the thing right now?
I'm a black dude. I'm allowed to have these thoughts and voice
Thank
them
you.
out loud.
We're gonna do these disclaimers at least until we're a little bit bigger.
I thought about putting it in the spoiler, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna say nigga quite yet.
Does it?
Does it anyway.
I'm sorry.
Always keep them guessing. Yeah, if you were betting on Polymarket or Kalshi, the line's at 1.5. So we're gonna keep that open.
One more to cash it.
He's gonna do it on the way out. Be like, all right, we'll see you next time. I'll say this: what I like about this whole thing of going to Colorado and going to the Enclave is, Koff, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I looked up, we have not actually seen what it's like in Colorado in the games. This would be essentially a map that we haven't explored as characters. So this gives the show an opportunity to do something new, and I think that's most exciting for me as a viewer who hasn't. I mean, I've played some of the game, one of the games, not all of them. So please go ahead, roast me in the comments, whatever. It helps the algo. But I'm excited to see that this is a way that they can get away from what's already been written and do something new and creative and exciting that even people who have played every second of every game can go, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
Season 3 is for Kopf and people who have played, to where you don't feel shocked. Because even now I haven't played, but I'm a nerd, and this is so interesting that I want to play, that I've looked shit up. Like the Robert House thing, for most of us, even if you haven't played the game, that wasn't a big reveal. Like, oh, he's a computer? You know, like none of us were really shocked by that. Like the guy who loves
made
computers
himself a
made himself a
robot.
computer? Yes.
Yeah.
Not a
like
lot
Hank
of
said, he
shock
wanted
there.
wanted to turn everybody into robots. He's kind of a robot himself. Oh, go figure. No, yeah, you're absolutely right, Alfredo. This is exciting. New territory. It gives the show a lot of freedom because they can still pull from the lore of the game, which I think they've done an incredible job these first 2 seasons of fitting within the lore, even when it's like, oh, they changed something. It's like, it's fine. It makes sense within the context of the game. So having them give us an entirely new, like you said, map to explore and play in, I think is going to be really, really fun for this upcoming season. And then, of course, you know, it's Walton Goggins and the Ghoul. He's the most interesting part of the show still. So anything that he's going to do on screen, I'm locked in for. So looking forward to his storyline season 3.
And just to clarify, has the Enclave always been in Colorado in the games? You just don't see them? They're just kind of this presence, then you're just like they talk about it, or do we not know?
They have a couple different locations, if I'm not mistaken. I think Colorado's mentioned, but yeah, I could be wrong. But I'm pretty certain they have like 4 or 5 different locations throughout the games.
I really hope they make Colorado still like unashamedly Colorado, where you roll up, they're like, "Would you like an IPA?" You know,
It's like it's just snowing out, and they're like, "This is walking around weather."
yeah, like it's like you got some fucking knot tops, like bring those back. It's just like, you know, hi brother, you know, we got some IPAs. Blah blah blah. It's just
I make my own butter. You
Yeah.
can really see it.
the crunchiest motherfuckers in the wasteland, like somehow too crunchy for the wasteland. It's just like, we make our own water here. It's like, well, what does that mean? It's like,
Colorado, we also love you as well.
I lived there 10 years, y'all. This is me making fun of you because I was one of you. I've only been in Arkansas, like, fuck, this is my first winter here. It's wild, so.
Jack's like, of course I know him. He's me. So how much longer do you think we can do the Coop story, the Ghoul?
1 or 2, man. Like, I need like 4 seasons. Kind of nailed it. I think everything needed to clear up in 4 seasons.
Yeah, call for you kind of on the table.
Yeah, I can only handle him not finding his family for 1 more season before I'm like, all right, this is getting stale. So unless they pull some major twist where like we see the reveal that Janie is now running the Enclave, like there's got to be some resolution by the end of this next season or something to keep us going, because 4 seasons of him just trying to find his family, it would get old.
Man, anime fans tap in. Koff ain't built for that life. Hunter x Hunter's like fucking like 400 episodes of little nigga trying to find his dad.
Good.
Well, we hit
it. Ding, ding, ding.
I got burned.
All right, I'm gonna cash out right now.
I got burned by Dragon Ball Z as a child once. Like every episode, it's like, all right, we're gonna get 20 minutes of talking, 2 minutes of fighting, and then on the next episode we might get a reveal. And then 47 episodes later, we get the final. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Give me resolution.
What's the shorter version of it? Isn't it Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Yeah. And that is you should watch Kai as as an anime fan, because like I went back to watch Z and I'm like, y'all need to wrap this shit up, my guys.
It shouldn't take 16 episodes to wrap up a single fight. Like let's
imagine Maximus just sitting there in the power suit and you're just waiting on him the whole time. You're like, ah!
And then you see the Death Claw start to run. Yeah. The Death Claw takes one step forward and it's like, all right, on the next episode. Yeah, no.
Death Claw's got to give his whole speech like, Maximus, I've been waiting for you. I am the one who actually killed your father. It's just like,
I am the perfect form built by the Enclave. Yeah.
This isn't even my final form. And just I'm sorry.
Rips off its own tail. We've gone too far. I think we have some really cool setup.
Speaking of losing appendages,
yeah?
Sorry. What do you guys think's happening? Yeah, what do you think's happening with Thaddeus?
Centaur.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
It's the only other thing that I know from this that's possible. So I don't know. Maybe it's something totally new and cool we've never seen.
We know
before.
You got Reddit. We know that you use it for other things other than finding shit for this show. But like, it's been all over Reddit.
It has. Can you guys?
We don't want to know what pages you're on.
Yeah, you don't. Can one of you guys explain what a centaur is for our listeners who haven't played the games?
It's a
shit, Kopf.
It's a gross little creature slug thing that kind of hangs out with the super mutants. From what I saw, it's almost described as like a henchman for the super mutants.
It's an Igor, basically. Igor for Victor.
And as far as centaur, they are not the Harry Potter shit, dog. They are fucking gross.
They are not raping Professor Umbridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry.
You don't remember that scene?
You don't remember that scene
where
they didn't rape her?
Yeah, dog,
it is heavily implied in the novel that when they take her to the forest.
Rowling, you freak.
No, it is not.
Okay,
yes,
okay,
it
okay,
is.
okay. Let's let the people in the comments let us know. If you're listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube, you let us know. And by the way, you can't just throw that word around so willy-nilly on the YouTube area.
She was sexually assaulted by centaurs. Deservedly.
I'm gonna say no. Wow, no, Kopf. We are getting downvoted by the second. I'm gonna say no. That didn't happen. But let us know. That this was just a crazy way for us
to get back to me.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that. Let's shh. Where do you go from this? How do we recover?
Let's just move past.
Let's put this. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore it.
I'm on Reddit now. I'm it's like Alfredo, you were still listening?
Jack's like, I cannot continue this conversation.
Yeah, it's like
I need to go get confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay, what does Reddit say? Because this is
Reddit says
they're not even sure if it's a centaur. They and a lot of them want it it's just a special mutant, because centaurs are created differently from what I've heard. So.
Oh, good. We're talking Fallout again. I was like, I'm waiting for the Umbridge thing.
Well,
no, I'm way past Harry Potter, dog. I gave up on that.
We still don't know.
Thank you.
We don't know what the guy gave to Thaddeus. Like, he gave him that inhaler, and that's what we thought it was to make him into a ghoul, but it could be something else. Like, it could be transforming it into a centaur.
The way Coop looked at him with disgust when he was like, he showed him the thing on his collarbone. It's like a little mouth just growing there. He's like, He just doesn't say anything, which is hilarious.
I've got it. Centaurs encountered in New California and the Mojave Wasteland were created by the Master. The creation process involved tossing a varied mix of different animals, including humans, dogs, and cats, into a forced evolutionary virus vat to be infected by that virus. So
sounds like it. The way you got like the little mouth
maybe,
growing off of your side and then your arm is falling off?
Yeah.
So maybe the inhaler was an aerosolized version of the FEV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's which is, how did this motherfucker get it? You know, like I need a whole episode on the snake oil salesman. Like, where did you get this
trading?
virus? Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
Or
I guess it'd be as simple as someone else got it and traded it, you know.
Yeah, like you never know. Like, these things
or he
just make
found maybe the Enclave was trying to get, like, spread it out through couriers, because one of the I'm pretty sure it's Fallout 3. You play as a courier, so maybe a courier had the virus.
This is new
dies
AIDS.
Dies along the way.
Hank did say
the snake
that
oil salesman finds it. He has agents in the wasteland.
Yep.
So it's possible that the snake oil salesman just came across this guy, didn't know what it was, and needed a test experiment to see.
Yeah, Hank did say he's like you think this is the real world? It's like, up here's the experiment. I'm like, motherfucker. What I learned is that everything's just an experiment besides Colorado, apparently. So like, where does it end? You know, there's the Enclaves after watching Thaddeus go through some shit. They're like, hey, you remember that kid from the Brotherhood? You're like, you'll never guess what the fuck's happened. He just lost his arm.
Shout out to him for using his toe. Yeah, I was gonna say, shout out to him for using his toe to aim the rifle. That was badass. I gotta reload.
Affect his bet? Do you think they would still let him have the 500 from winning, or would that
I think the bets were off after they jumped in, or they were going to,
NCR.
and then the NCR showed up. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the NCR. Actually, no. Let's hit on Lucy and her dad first, because we already were talking about Hank here. This whole thing that Hank used the behavior control technology, the little black boxes, and he kept making them smaller and smaller and smaller. And I'm sure we're going to find out they've actually been on a bunch of people. Like he said, agents out in the wasteland. We're probably going to come across a lot of those. Man, Congresswoman Welsh, we were kind of right, but also kind of wrong.
Yeah, R.I.P. She tried to do the right thing, and in the end, she gets fucked.
Turns out she really was just that good of a person the whole time, and she didn't even get pushed to where she became the bully. She just got bullied literally into oblivion, where she's sitting there plugged up. It's like, all right, man, we're gonna juice your personality into other people. Goodbye, you know. And she's just sitting there, all fucking Futurama head only, you know.
Shout out to Myers-Briggs. The personality.
I actually looked up ICP. Is that the ideal personality? It doesn't sound like it.
For what Hank wants, you know, he wants people that are easily controlled,
right,
that mean well, that are, you know,
agreeable,
agreeable, and want to do the right thing.
Just they're the virtuosos. You're introverted, sensing, thinking, and perceiving. That does mean that you're empathetic. You know, weaknesses: emotionally reserved, risk-taking and reckless, stubborn, and they dislike commitment. So. I don't know. I don't think we need a deep dive too hard.
Sounds like a good follower.
Yeah. So what is it called again? I know I've taken this before.
ISTP.
ISTP.
I'm one letter from Voldemort. Like, I'm either like
that is incredibly concerning.
Well, I'm like ENTP, I think, like whatever the debater is, that's mine. And then like sometimes when I take it, one letter changes. Like, hey man, you might be Voldemort. And I'm like, oops, let's go back.
Federal agent watching or listening. That's one for the notes.
Yep.
All right, so Lucy and her dad, we get this finish with them where I think we were getting worried that the wasteland was changing Lucy so much. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the wasteland did change Lucy. And it changed her for the better. Because I think Lucy from episode 1, or Lucy prior to all these events of the Fallout series, would have been very agreeable and to go along with what her dad was doing. And she would have believed him in that this would have been a better life for these people. They would stop their violence and be contributing members of society. Whereas this Lucy has seen what people are like, has seen what free will is like, And yes, the wasteland has broken her and changed her and made her more like Coop, just like he said it would. But it's made her into who Coop really is inside, which is a good person. And she has this experience of free will. I think that this was actually really, really well done for her character.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I don't even say it's the wasteland. That's just life changing her too. Because like your dad could be a piece of shit in a vault. Your dad was a piece of shit in a vault. You know, that's like that ain't wasteland, baby. That's life.
The wasteland is kind of the allegory for it, right? Like she didn't really experience life until she got out there.
I do like we get the moment with the ghoul where he shoots Hank in the ass, and he's like, if it was up to me, you wouldn't be bleeding out through your ass. And it's like, so we see that Lucy has affected Cooper a little bit, and vice versa. So they've both learned to grow to change a little bit. So I think they're both coming to understand each other a little bit more. And obviously Lucy, through her experiences on the wasteland, has changed tremendously, and now has become a person who can understand that sometimes killing someone is in their best. It's the best thing for them and for the situation, and that's why she was able to finally kill Welch, even though she was like, God, why does everybody want me to kill them?
That was a mercy kill, though. That was like the one when the first thing someone says is "kill me," and I'm hooked up to a robot, motherfucker. You better get to swinging. Actually, I would ask some questions first. It's like, I'll kill you real quick, but like, talk, baby girl.
It's these 3 questions, yeah. But season 1, Lucy wouldn't have been able to do it. She was like, "There's another way. There's another solution." Whereas now we're at the point where this Lucy understands, like, sometimes a mercy killing is the best thing. Like, if you see an animal or a person in pain, if there's no other discourse, take them out, put them out of their misery.
And is that not essentially what Hank did to himself? A mercy kill? Because like there was no way he was going to go back to like not being this evil guy, this acolyte for the Enclave. He couldn't be a father anymore. He wasn't a husband anymore. He was really nothing. He was just a corporate shill at that point.
He was literally just a suit.
And I think he also made the realization, once he was willing to implant his own daughter and change her personality, he was like, I've lost the plot. And so that's why I don't think he fought too much there at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think he already thought that before. Like, him leaving and crashing out and killing everyone all the way to Vegas was him, like, Skeletor, just like evil as shit. And then, like,
till next time, He-Man.
Exactly. And then, like, hopefully he may have had a little sip of Delulu juice, and to think that he's like, maybe I could convert my daughter and I won't feel as bad, but lo and behold, your daughter sees some shit, and turns out you raised a good kid. Like, that's the one thing he did right in this world, was raise some good kids. Same thing for Norm.
Not a fudging idiot.
He's just got him and his girl wandering around. He ain't got shit. Or do you want to talk about a plot line that I'm not even sure where it's going to go at this point? Is Norm.
I wonder, he's going back to the vault with Claudia, correct? So I wonder if he's going to get there as the Enclave is like starting their phase.
I was going to say, I think he's the race against time to get the people from the vault out. And it's not just getting there and getting them out, it's convincing them how to get out and what to do afterwards. Because he just got a whole group of people out of a vault and had them walking through the wasteland and trying to survive. And first chance that they get taken out by cockroaches.
I was gonna say, I do think it's pretty convenient that like all his ops get taken out in one shot, like, by rad roaches.
Well, did you notice he's hiding under the table again? Hiding under the table again while everyone gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the opening to season 1.
Do we know, like, is Barv still alive? I'm worried about Barv and what's her face, that we're like farming the roaches.
The old ladies, they're gonna come back and be like pissed that all their rad roaches are gone.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, what happened there? I love how well they were used just to make like a Chekhov's cockroach, essentially.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I think that's going to be the storyline there with Norm, is just getting those people. That's how it's likely to be connected, right? Norm getting those people out of the vault so that they don't get the FEV. Steph, I assume, going also to the Enclave to try to get everything started with their experiment to get these people in the vaults infected by the FEV, and then Coop on his way there as well. So I think we could potentially have those three storylines all intersecting between Coop, Steph, Norm, and the vaults there. Where I see something totally different, and I want to know the excitement level for you guys on this, is I think outside of all the espionage, we're going to get the big battle stuff. And I think this is where we're starting to get, Jag, we're going to reference it again, a little Game of Thronesy, where there's the political stuff, but then there's the we just need to get some battle stuff, some stuff out there on the war zone. And we got the NCR, Maximus, Legion, all that seems like it's leading to a big fight in New Vegas.
Mutants too. That's still a thing.
Yeah.
That's there. Like, and they're in Vegas, so like it's gonna be.
Mutants would be on the side of the NCR.
And
I think
the
they're.
Deathclaws.
But the Deathclaw and mutants, I could like the Deathclaws are environmental damage. The mutants are the Ents. They're like, I'm on nobody's side because nobody's on my side.
Oh,
type
good
shit.
reference.
Thank you.
Yes. I like that. Cough, the Legion heading into New Vegas here to, make Kaisar's Palace.
That was hilarious.
Phenomenal.
Fantastic joke.
Phenomenal. What are the expectations here between them and the NCR?
Oh, they're gonna get their shit fucking pushed in by the NCR. Like,
Wow.
I get it.
Aggressive.
I'm just saying, like, the NCR to me seems to have better tactics, to be a little bit more disciplined, whereas the Legion's just a fucking collection of like jocks in like Roman gear, hoping to
The dumbest motherfuckers you know.
fuck shit up. Basically, a bunch of Joe
Typical
Rogans.
SEC fans got it. Oh,
Yep. Ooh.
Jack's like, oh no.
Oh no.
We just got
but no, I
downvoted to oblivion.
And we deserve it. Like, I will
Yeah,
not stand
I'm
for it. I will
Okay,
not
Jag
stand-
is an SEC guy. I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out of here, brother.
We also have to remember that the NCR has the advantage of being in Vegas first. So they're going to be able to get in position, get fortified, and get into a defensive position, whereas now the Legion is coming in and trying to attack a fortified position, which is never ideal. So, I don't think it's going to go well for Macaulay Culkin and his band of fuckheads, but, that's just me being hopeful.
It feels like the thing that's just going to keep... It's going to be the palate cleanser that's going to let us okay, we've got the real story going on over here. Meanwhile, let's go back and check out what's going on over here with these guys having their fight. And let's keep Maximus busy. But now Lucy. Do you think Lucy needs to stay over there with Maximus and the NCR? Or is this something where would you rather see her doing something else?
No, I think they need to stay there.
I almost want to see her... I want to see her go back to the vault. Because, that's what
Why?
she's been trying to do. She's been trying to go back to the vault. Like, she wanted to bring her dad justice. That's now in the wind. But she could still go home. She could bring Maximus back to the vault.
To be an FEV?
And again, that's where she could meet up. Well, she doesn't know about that. So it could be the thing where she goes back, she gets there before Norm, and then Norm's like, hey, this is what's going to happen. And then she's, again, going to have to help rally them.
So then what would be the most intriguing storyline for Lucy then? Would it be being there at the battle, going to the Enclave, or maybe meeting up with Norm to save the people from the vault?
I'm interested in seeing
For
what
me, it'd
War
be the
does to
vault.
Lucy.
That's interesting. I want to see her confront Stephanie and be confronted with the fact that her best friend is actually this evil, crazy bitch. So
Are they
I
best
wanna see
friends?
that.
They were.
Yes,
I don't even remember
they were.
that, dog. I
Yeah.
don't even we're so far beyond that.
They were best
whole
friends while she
montage?
was also married to her dad.
Yeah, secretly. It's
like
gross.
they made a good job where I want to go back and rewatch season 1 and go through it again because I'm like, Steph's a good character. That's a well written character.
I love her.
Like that is a well written.
so much.
Like she's kind of moved up the rankings to like she might be second to the ghoul. It's not that I don't love Lucy and Maximus, but like, sorry man, like this little evil.
She's
Nick
a good
Fury.
Cersei.
Yeah,
I feel like.
dude.
She's very she is a Cersei-like character for sure.
And she's more
I'm intrigued by
relatable.
her
Like
every time
Cersei,
she's on
just
screen.
fuck her from jump, dude. Like you a rich girl, get
Steffi's
fucked.
a fucking survivor.
There's a lot that I
Stephanie's
can't relate to with Cersei. Having sex with your
Brother
brother.
fucking?
Let's start there.
I actually forgot about
Don't
that.
get
That's
that.
Definitely up there on the list. That is definitely up there.
Jag immediately goes to, ew, she's rich? Yuck. I'm like, the sex with your twin brother is probably grosser.
Yeah. Little
Jack's like,
Florian
I can
slipped there.
deal with incest, but rich people, gross.
That's where I draw the line.
Hate me a billionaire, but
See, we told you we'd laugh a little bit. On this
little
one.
brother, sister, fucking, I'm from Arkansas, y'all. That's just good, clean fun.
That's just a Tuesday.
All right. One of the other things that we could see in this battle is what's going to happen with the Brotherhood. This was the post-credit scene that we get here, where no longer Quintus the Unifier. I am Quintus the Destroyer. And we see the blueprints for the Liberty Prime Alpha. Kopf, is this a bot or a suit? It's a bot, right? Because it's 40 feet tall.
Yeah, it's a bot. It's basically
So the Brotherhood basically has their own little Optimus Prime.
We're making anime. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck
We're
yeah.
this
Pacific
is
Rimming.
essentially this is a Jaeger suit from Pacific Rim, but without any riders. It's an automaton, so it is glorious. If you ever played Fallout 3, it's a part of Fallout 3 near one of the end missions, and it's incredible to see in action.
And
Just go to
the
YouTube
Commonwealth
and
also
pop it in.
has one, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because so we could end up with the Brotherhood having one, Commonwealth having one, big battle, NCR,
Big
You
Legion.
get a
like-
goddamn kaiju up in here, I'll be happy as hell.
Let's do-
super
Ooh,
super
giant death
duper
claw.
mutant.
Super
Wait
death
for
claw.
it. Yeah, I feel like so season 2 has done a lot of setup for season 3 so that they can upscale, right? And then I do feel like we are going to have a season 4 where it's like, this time it's serious, and it's going to be more of like a Fallout: The Deathly Hollows in season 4, where it's
open?
yeah.
Jag, as someone who used to live in Colorado, how far is Vegas from Colorado?
Not
It's like a
close if
2-hour
you're walking.
flight. Yeah, it's one of those where by the crow flies, it's close, but you're like this, where like I used to work in like supplies, chips would explode because you're constantly changing elevation. So like thank you for bringing that up, because Coop all of a sudden it's like, there's the mountains, that's Colorado. That's the most movie shit ever. I'm like, motherfucker, like how hard of a hoof is that? Like, to me, it'd be a whole 3 Lord of the Rings movies for this motherfucker to get to Colorado in the style and fashion that they're going, unless he gets some type of helicopter type situation.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
For sure.
you.
I know it's movie magic. That's why I didn't bring it up, but I had to say it. Thank you, Kopf, for giving me my opportunity to complain about something that doesn't matter.
I got you.
I was about to be like, dude, we got death claws, dude losing his arm. It's
Well,
like,
actually, if you look at the miles,
we also don't know how long it's been that he's been walking, like that, how long that time jump has been. It could have been months for all we know.
it was literally 5 minutes. There's a ticker on the bottom. I was fucking with
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Alfredo. God.
All right. Uh-huh.
It's been 5 minutes. I think that's where we are.
If it doesn't say
No.
the time on the screen, I'm just assuming.
Jack's like, it didn't say 3 months later. It didn't.
Sometime
Okay,
later.
so let's do this. We did our whole breakdown of everything. We talked about each character and scenario and all that, but did this finish with too many cliffhangers, too many storylines? Was this, and because of that, was this better or worse than season 1? Jag, I'll start with you.
I think it's the same. Like, and I mean that in a good thing. Season 1 was a high, and it's kind of maintained that level. I'm not concerned about the cliffhangers yet. At the end of season 3, and if we start doing the whole like more questions thing, it's like actually the Enclave is just underneath something bigger called the Super Enclave. Then I'm gonna be like, what the fuck have I done to myself getting tied to this show? So,
Kopf, what about you?
It's weird. I really like season 2. I think season 1 was a little bit tighter from a story standpoint. Like it didn't feel as open-ended as season 2 ended. So I think with time, I might say season 2's better. But right now, I'm going to say that season 1 has a slight edge, just because it felt a little bit more concise. I really liked it though. I like season 2. I like how they expanded the storyline. They kept us guessing a little bit with the Robert House storyline, and then the final reveal of like, oh, his invisible enemy is the one that's actually doing everything. And then, of course, seeing the ghoul or Cooper at that point getting double crossed by Mr. Krabs, how sad. But
You
fits
put some
in
respect
perfectly
on
with
Lex
the
Luthor.
storyline. Clancy Brown. So I really like the season. I'm excited for season 3 and seeing where we're going. But again, the one caveat is if they pull the same kind of twist at the end of season 3 with the ghoul and like, oh, your family's actually in this different location, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is getting tired. Let's do something
Barb's in the
different.
Carmen San Diego red hat and jacket, just going in a helicopter. Until next time. It's like,
another postcard with Florida this time. It's like, ooh,
Yeah.
I do kind of want to see what the wasteland Florida looks like.
it's just
It's just
season
regular
1.
Florida.
It's just season 1 Supernatural. Where's my dad?
Just regular Florida copy. We could say that we live in Florida.
I imagine they leave and I'm here, I can make fun of it. Like it's like we're in Arkansas. He's just like, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
I hope they have a good time.
It's like, oh no, she's dead. No, this says she's in Arkansas. Yeah, she's dead. Ah, so sad. I think the difference with season 1 and season 2 is not necessarily that it was better or worse. It just feels like different flavors, right? Like it's different flavors of ice cream, but it's still good. And I think with this second season, it was just a lot more dense. It's like getting the ice cream that's like a rocky road or something that has like a ton of ingredients in there, and you're like, man, it's a little overwhelming, but this is still really good. And that's what this season 2 was. I felt like this one was more for the fans, like the diehards, right? Like season 1 was a lot of, how can we introduce you to this concept and not overwhelm you, but you're going to have fun and fall in love with these characters. Season 2 is like, we're going to have Easter eggs inside. It was like Pimp My Ride. It's like, yo, dog, we heard you like Easter eggs, so we gave you an Easter egg inside your Easter egg. And like, that's just what they kept doing with season 2 here. And I don't think that's bad. I think they did a good job of managing to balance that with some good story. But I think if we don't get the payoff in season 3, I might come back and look at season 2 a little differently here. And I wonder if the show is not attracting as many new fans in this second season, despite the weekly release, because of how dense it kind of got, to the point where you're just like, I got so many things to catch up on and so many things to follow.
Even as someone who was
I can see
watching
that.
it, like I had to rewatch. Like I just turned on the finale, and I'm like, fuck, I need to rewatch the episode before because there's still so much shit, and I'm gonna have to rewatch everything again, just because there's a lot to absorb, just as like a standard viewer. I'm not complaining about that. No. I think we need TV like this, and
you can't second screen this.
You can't do that at all, man. You can't even even when I can't even sauna during it because I'm trying to like look through the fog and I'm like
Is this a public sauna?
No, my house, dog. What part of my personality makes you shocked that I have a sauna in my house? It's like,
I don't know how the other half lives, Jag.
What's so great about this story is that despite how dense it is, it's fairly easy to follow. So as long as you're watching and paying attention, like you get what's going on. It's not like a Severance where you're like, you're questioning your own sanity at certain points because it's just like, what's happening next?
All of a sudden the credits roll.
So,
you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Exactly. Whereas this one, you're just like, wait a second, did I miss a scene where they were talking? It's like, okay, I just gotta go back and rewatch it real quick. So I love how dense this story is. I love how they're able to keep the spirit and the themes of the games without being completely beholden to them. Because one thing about the games is like, because it's an RPG, you have so many different options with how you play the game that a lot of people can get a little confused where it's like, well, I chose this path and the show's doing something completely different. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the point.
I feel like the show does a good job of really establishing that, though, because everything has been about character choices and like what those character choices are leading to. It's not just simply circumstances of, oh no, this happened to us. It's right. This is the consequences of my own actions coming back to me.
Thank you. And that's good writing. Welcome. That should be how it is, because a lot of times you get the unfortunate thing where it's just like you said, a lot of writing nowadays, like, oh, this thing happened to the person or happened to the group, and how do they react to that? Versus this happened, scene A, this is how the character reacted, and now because of that, we get scene B, C, D, E, and logically progresses. So this show does a
Trey
really good
Parker,
job
Matt
of that.
Stone writing, where like this happened and caused this to happen, which caused this to happen, which caused this to happen.
Instead of, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's because this happened, which is just good storytelling. And that's really what makes this show so strong. Like, I get it. The premise is a little goofy. Like, we're talking about an adaptation about the end of the world through nuclear annihilation in a video game.
Brother,
Also,
it's
the
not that
50s
goofy.
Yeah, the 50s never ended, by the way. That's a key
No.
caveat.
Right. But but having such strong writing, I think, helps when you get to the more ridiculous parts of the story where it's like, oh, this entire group of people died from a group of rad roaches, right? Like, that's an inherently goofy scene despite the carnage. So having strong writing support that is important.
And we mean irradiated roaches, not that they're incredibly cool and can do kickflips and stuff.
Freaking
Not
sick
from the
roaches,
90s,
dude.
Super rad. Sick rad, bro. You see, did a kickflip.
Freaking sick, dude. Roaches just drinking Mountain Dew Code Red with the backwards hat on.
Yeah. Did Ollie?
Whoa, is that roach smoking a
one
cigarette?
Of Ollie's out of the elevator and he calls you a poser.
When she stuck her head into the elevator shaft, she's like, "Oh, I don't see anything. I was waiting for one to grab her from the top."
Que pendeja, bro. Fucking idiot. I was watching that.
Yeah, what a
Sorry.
dumbass.
All right. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing we do at the end of every series or movie that we watch. We are going to rate this on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Very few shows and movies have received a 10 from us. But guys, let's do this. Kopf, I'm going to start with you. Fallout, Season 2, scale of 1 to 10.
I'll give it a solid 8. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really tight and concise. There's not a whole lot of plot holes that I could pick up on. Like I mentioned, they stayed true to the theme and the spirit of the games. They do a really good job with the Easter eggs. I'm excited for Season 3. So I think it was a really, really solid season. I had a lot of fun with it, and looking forward to the next one.
Jag?
8.5.
There we go.
It is super
Rare.
rare that a TV show gets a higher score from Jag than me. That is
I was
surprising.
gonna say, this is history right here.
I'm looking back right now. Jag, Alien Earth also had an 8.5 from you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, about right.
Yeah, you could tell which shows are good, man, that we talked
Yeah.
about. I will rate them accordingly. Because now I see even the comments that I'm like a villain. They're like, homie gives it a 6.5. And I'm like, there are literally 6.5 more levels lower I could have went. You know?
Do the math. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. That's the same thing that I gave to Arcane, Black Mirror Season 7, Task, a bunch of shows that I think had a lot of heavy detail to them, but were written really well. And Fallout Season 2, man, they just did a good job of balancing as much as they could. Fallout Season 1 for me was a 9. So this is just a slight step down, but still very, very good quality. So 8.5 from me. Overall, good score.
I actually want to adjust Alien after hearing that because I think this is better than Alien.
All right.
That's not
We
that.
can make it.
Yeah, I put Alien in 8. That's not that
Yes, sir.
finale of Alien. I'm still a little bit sour about it. It felt like a little cheap. So
We got to get Sam to change some of her scores here, man.
They're
Alien Earth got a
egregious,
10
man.
from Sam.
they're egregious. Yeah, I know.
Wait, what's it? Okay, maybe we do that one day as like a secret
Creatures,
episode, just like
creatures,
audio only, and it's just like the most egregious scores we've given, and we got to
Rescores.
revisit those. Kopf, your 10 to Agatha all along is upsetting.
I'm not
still.
changing that. I don't care.
That's
Stay
just
at
you.
10. I'll
You're
give
doing it for the
fucking
meme,
12.
dog. That's not a 10 show.
No.
You are saying that
I
Agatha
like
is
that
better
show
than
the
Fallout
most.
Season 2. You're saying this on a pod. People can fucking see you, dog.
You're saying Agatha is better than Task.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go now.
For me, it was maybe we'll revisit it one day, but for now it's 10.
We need to revisit it tomorrow, but like we'll save that for a whole episode.
I think this is a fun bonus episode to do, and we can give that to the hardcore Unbinged fans. This was good, man. This was good. I'm glad we were able to do this. This was a bit of a longer episode because we've been out for the past few, but glad we got to do the finale here for Fallout Season 2. We are going to be back again Thursday night for our review of The Pit, and then Sunday nights we've got A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Not this Sunday.
Not this Sunday. That's right. It's going to be earlier. It's going to be on Friday, the 6th, because of the Soupy Bowl. Or excuse me, sorry, the big game. Can't get demonetized. NFL, don't come after us. And Paradise Season 2 is going to be on February 23rd. We got a 3-episode debut for that. So make sure you're subscribed to Unbinged. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Koff, for Jag. I'll see you next time. Adios.